Very unfortunate, but that is the truth these days. Marriages have become more like a blink and a miss affairs, you know. These guys are married, really? Yeah, because they're divorced now already. That is the situation. In fact, it has risen by about 30% is what we are told. We have Basavaraj who's joining us right now on the phone line. Thank you so much for calling in News 9. What are your views, Mr. Basavaraj?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a point on why these days marriages are failing. Hello.
Yeah, what is the point?
Yeah. See, if while marrying, if a couple get married unconditionally and the way they are, and if they feel proud to accept the way they are and how they are, then those marriages will be longer marriages. And if they accept with a condition that since she is working or since she is from she's a daughter of so and so dad, so such kind of marriages all fail a lot.
Okay, so it's more of an understanding and appreciating each other and giving them the due respect for what they are. One more thing which I would like to bring to your kind notice, because women have become very independent these days, I think somewhere they have also lost a degree of respect for men. It's very easy for a woman to shout at a guy and call him a dog or call him or whatever. We can't obviously use that terminology on air, but if the man does that, you know what, you abused me, domestic violence and so on and so forth, even in relationships for that matter. A girl can shout at a guy, but a guy can't. And then you talk about equality. How fair is that, Ruby?
See, I don't know. I mean, I feel very cornered here because it's obviously a very male chauvinistic type of.
Look who's talking! Look who's talking!
About neutrality. See. My point. QED. There's a biased,
anchor.
There's an embittered man. There's only one woman lawyer, seeks hers, and there's my quiet husband, the happily married couple. What can I say?
Let me. No. Before I allow you to speak, let me talk to Imtiaz and find out if Ruby yells at you, calls you names, it's perfectly all right. She's your wife. But one day, if let's say you said enough is enough, you know what? Get out of my house, you XYZ. That's it. That is the end of the relationship.
No, I think this happens every day. It's happening like she shouts at me, I shout back at her.
So as long as Ruby doesn't go to the police station, it's fine.
It's fine.
But one fine day, if she changes her mind, then Mr. Imtiaz will be inside her.
Right.
So this is not. This is what.
Actually, all fun and games aside. All fun and games aside. The fact is, men come from an elevated position.
Right.
They were taught, again, this is not a gender bias thing, this is the way it was. They were taught, aadmi ghar aata hai, tumhara baap aaya, shh karo, you know. There's a certain respect with the manners and definitely financial independence gives you the same equality like bozo, like watch it, you know. Okay, so the fact here remains is, it's not about shouting at one person, not shouting. There is an intrinsic respect. See, a marriage is not going to, it can be viewed with a marriage counselor. Definitely you can solve it if both parties are willing to try. Not because of the court decides, or the court decides that this is what you should mediate. The mediator is a bozo. I'm going to give him a kick in as where he deserves it the most. Get out of my face, you know. I know exactly what I'm doing. But the fact is, there should be mutual respect and a type of a willingness between the two parties. We can go blue in the face, citing examples, my mother, your grandmother, my mosquito, and all types of things, okay? The fact results is, do we want it? How much do we want it personally? Not the kind doctor who called up. He was a kind man who looked after his patients. His nasty wife said, you can't look after your patients. Tell your mother to go on the street. And the kind doctor did nothing, never opened his mouth, looked after his wife, and his wife was dirty old mean hag. So, you know, let's not swallow, you know what. There's no smoke without fire. Yeah. You know, you do something. And this is exactly what everybody wants to be, the injured party. The fact is, why should I go to a police station if he's beating me?
Right.
I should get 911. There are facts, there are things. I mean, it's obvious. I may outweigh you by 30 kilos, but you can wrestle me to the ground faster than I can with you.
No, I don't hate that.
So the fact here remains is, this is what used to happen traditionally. Maybe it's not. Therefore, we need to change things, see things in a newer perspective. Others will go on having a gender bias.
I agree to her gender non-biased view for the simple fact that the law is not gender neutral. It is gender biased. Only a woman can file. So only when there is an option, only women can file.
Can a man file a dowry harassment case?
No
cannot.
question of
No,
reverse
the
dowry.
question of women filing has come only when it reached the saturation.
It is not always
to
the
the
case.
core.
It's
That is
not
when
always
these
the
laws
case.
came
No,
in.
see, there is
No,
one man
the
who's come.
statistic says at the end of the day, after a trial, 5 to 7 years, 98%, is acquitted. Only 2% are convicted. What does it mean? That means 98% are false cases.
False
In
cases.
between, the parties and their parents would have kept going to the court, coming and going. The slippers will be worn out. So what is
And
this justice?
as you have always said that this is the only case wherein the accused has to prove that he is not guilty.
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
Unfortunately.
it's not
So
only the case.
if
Even
you-
the rape victim has to prove that, you can go to the police station, actually. See, for example, I'm sorry to digress, but I'm making a case for the law.
Sure.
If you go to the police station and say, I have been raped, I need no witness, I need no corroborative witnesses, I need nothing, I need a woman police officer there and then, and my FRI has to be filed according to the law. Am I right, Madam Lawyer?
Yes,
Right.
but
But
doctors'
what
evidence are
happens
also required.
if I say I'm raped and beaten? Lo and behold, my case becomes something else. Raped in small letters, beaten in big letters. Prove you're being beaten. Okay? Obviously, if I'm saying rape, bozo, I'm not doing it willingly. You are going to beat me. Right? So that's understood. But our laws are like that, minuscule,
Exactly,
stupid.
exactly.
Now,
So
here's
I think
a
the
man
bottom
who-
line is- the
here's
bottom
a
line is-
man who there are hundreds of women who have been beaten, subjected, thrown out of the house like the good doctor's parents. Hundreds of women, and that is why the law was made.
There are equal number of
Now what
wives,
has happened
equal number
is
of men,
now-
equal number
now-
of mother-in-laws
now-
also
now-
pushed out,
now-
equal number of sister-in-laws also pushed out of the
No,
house.
she's not arguing. She's not saying no to it. What she's saying is that the laws were made when our society had a setup like that.
When the society did not have data. When the society did not have data.
No, Rajesh, it's
when-
not about the data. See, data and all came later. Data and all came when things started happening the other way. The laws are archaic when we say that, dowry harassment case and domestic violence and all are still supporting women because laws haven't evolved.
You would be shocked to know the rate of suicide in married men is double that of rate of suicide in married women. That is not my data. It is National Crime Records Bureau's data. It shows that more men are subject to violence in some form.